Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Kombumerri people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Monday, March 4. In Squiz Kids Today, Aussies win big overseas. Dubai's Ironmen take to the skies. Epic dog sled race begins and a very noisy fish. That's what's making news, kids style.
The Lowdown.
It was an all-sport weekend just gone as Aussies carved it up overseas, showing other countries how it's done. The main event was, of course, the launch of the NRL season in Las Vegas, a city in the middle of the desert in the American state of Nevada. Why was the Australian Rugby League season kicked off in America? Well, it's all part of the sport's grand plans to build a new fan base in the United States, where gridiron is the football that reigns supreme. More than 40,000 people flocked to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas to watch the Sea Eagles beat the Rabbitohs 26-24, and then to see the Roosters beat the Broncos 20-10. A great big desert storm swept across the sandy landscape ahead of the games, forcing a last-minute scramble indoors for fans, but inside Allegiant Stadium, it was nothing but the white-hot heat of rugby league competition. Other Aussies overseas flying the flag for our sporting prowess this weekend was the Australian men's cricket team, who wrapped up the first test against New Zealand in Wellington, retaining the Trans-Tasman Trophy. Woohoo! And Australia's own Hannah Green was showing them how it was done on the green, winning the LGPA Tour's Women's World Championship golf tournament in Singapore. Go you good things.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in the United Arab Emirates in the Middle East, in a city called Dubai, where jetpacks have been helping men fly through the air like Iron Man. You've seen the Marvel movies, right? Where Iron Man uses propulsion jet blasters in his feet to fly? Well, these guys have the jet blasters in their hands and jetpacks on their backs. And as the video I've stuck in today's episode notes shows, they fly through the air with the greatest of ease. The fabulous flying fivesome did a circuit out over the water at downtown Dubai Marina, with the tallest building in the world, the Burj Al Khalifa, as a backdrop.
Animal Kingdom.
In what is quite possibly my favourite animal race of the year, the annual Iditarod race kicked off in Alaska at the weekend and will take place over the next 8 days or so, as no fewer than 608 sled dogs and 38 mushers race 1,600 kilometres over icy, snowy terrain from one side of Alaska to the other. Alaska is a state in America, way up north where the winters are freezing. And each year, the state stops in its tracks for a week as the annual dog sled race takes place. Some of the race even takes place across a frozen portion of the Bering Sea. Each team has 16 dogs in its crew. They all take turns to pull the musher, or the sled driver, up hills, across frozen rivers, and down steep mountain gradients. Stay listening all week for updates throughout the race.
Believe it or not.
A fish as small as a pinky finger, but as loud as an elephant? Now I have heard everything. That's the discovery that's been made by scientists in waters off the coast of Myanmar, a country next to Thailand in Southeast Asia. The Danionella cerebrum is a teeny tiny translucent fish that lives in shallow waters. Translucent is a fancy word for almost see-through. Scientists there have measured the noise the fish makes and they've discovered, get this, that it's about the same in terms of decibels as an elephant's trumpet, or the same as the sound of an aeroplane taking off. Can you believe it? A fish the size of your pinky. Nope, me neither. But there's a link to a video of the fish and the noise it makes in today's episode notes that proves it's true. Enjoy! There it is, the classroom companion clarion, letting us know that Christy has prepared an excellent series of absolutely free, curriculum-aligned worksheets tied to this story in the podcast. And today, teachers, because we'd rather confidently find our way around the web than get stuck in it, this week we're practicing navigating digital texts by using search terms and features of web pages. And a warm welcome to the hundreds of teachers who have signed up via our website since the start of Term 1. Great to have you aboard. Alright gang, it's giveaway time! Now, we all love learning more about the world, so we have a special giveaway for listeners this week. Thanks to our friends at the Melbourne Convention and Exhibition Centre, we have 3 family passes to give away to the BBC Earth Experience, now on in Melbourne. 3 lucky Squiz families will be able to explore the beauty and wonders of the world, with everyone's favourite documentary maker, David Attenborough, as your guide. There are heaps of cool interactive zones for visitors to dive into the depths of the sea, soar across the stunning aerial landscapes, and even get close-up views of the micro lives of creepy crawlies. Woohoo! To go into the draw, all you gotta do is send us a 20-second video of you pretending to be narrating your very own Earth Experience documentary, and we'll share the best ones on our socials. So, don't just sit there, start channeling your inner David Attenborough already. Entries close at the end of this week. More info is in our episode notes.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. Which team did Australia's men's cricketers beat to win the Trans-Tasman Trophy? Yes, well done if you said New Zealand. Question number 2. In waters off which country does the tiny fish as loud as an elephant live? Yeah, that's right, it lives in waters off the country of Myanmar. Question number 3. How many dogs does each team have in the Iditarod dog sled race in Alaska? Yeah, that's right, they have 16!
Shout-outs.
It's March 4, the start of National Aardvark Week. How cool is the aardvark? And also the start of National Procrastination Week. But I think I might put off celebrating that one until next week. It's also a very special day for these Squiz kids celebrating a birthday today and tomorrow. Sierra from Erskineville, Lakeisha from Woongarra, Henley from Gulgong, Rosary from Goodna, Alyssa from French's Forest, Hugo from Cheltenham, Oscar from Lura, and Tommy from Glen Iris. And a happy belated birthday to Arnold from Gubby Gubby Country, Amelia from Doncaster, and Kotari from Ashmont. And classroom shout-outs today go to Class 5-6 Gurrywig with Miss Dixon from Coaldale Public School, Classes 6B and C with Mrs Truella, Mrs Oliver and Miss Cook at Echuca Primary School, Class 5 Blue with Mr Bazzo at St Eugene College in Burpengary, Class 3S with Mrs Sutton at Blaney Public School, and Class 5R with Miss Russell at St Francis of Assisi School in Adelaide. And special shout-outs today go to the sports teacher, Mr Vez at Eelrimple Secondary College, and to the swim team at Gladstone Public School. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout-out, or if you're after a classroom shout-out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au, or fill out the form on our website. And teachers, there's a form there too for you to fill out the birthdays of every kid in your class. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow with a special edition of Squiz the World, where we take kids on a virtual excursion to the fascinating country of China. It's a great one that you're not going to want to miss. In the meantime, though, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.